Hey, all y'all. So I'm Dr. Brett Brimhall. I know you all, a lot of you know me. Tonight we'll do things a little bit different, right? Because at LifeVantage, there's some new things that are going on, but I want to give you a little backstory. So my background, I've been a practicing chiropractor for 20 years as of this month. And my background began actually back when I was 14. I worked with my dad. My dad was going to be a dentist. He got injured, carried into a chiropractor's office, and the chiropractor got him back walking again. The chiropractor told him something that's really kind of shaped his life and then mine. He said, look, you owe to the world what was done for you. So you're going to be a chiropractor, not a dentist. He went to chiropractic school, was able to help people. Actually, one of the first people my mom met before they went to chiropractic school, a doctor here in Phoenix, and she had headaches for years after an accident, and he adjusted her one time, her headaches left. So my dad went to school thinking, hey, this chiropractic stuff pretty cool. Like, get people back walking again. They're having severe spasms, and somebody's had headaches for years to not. So he went to school with that philosophy. Like, I'm going to do what I need to do to unlock the potential of the body. Right. So in chiropractic, we call that innate or releasing innate. Right. And so that's been my philosophy my whole life, which is helping people. So at a young age, I started doing that. I started working with my dad. Actually, my dad would have me work on him. And so when I came out of chiropractic school, like I'd already been teaching with my dad since 1995. I graduated in 2000, right? And so I had a perspective on how to help people, and now I had this science background, right? And so when LifeVantage came into my life back in 2014, was it? 2014. It was because I was working with a young man who was diagnosed with something that, because he was having a hard time with at school, he's having a hard time learning, he's having a hard time focusing, hard time holding still, so struggling socially. He was doing 35 hours of therapy a week. And he was sent to me by a chiropractor that I had trained who lived in Iowa. So that networking got him into my office. And when I came in, this mom was willing to do everything she possibly could to help him, to just unlock his potential. So, and I knew she was part of LifeVantage. I knew that a little bit what LifeVantage was. I was familiar with this idea of NRF2 activation. All right. The idea that the body had these switches that if you turned on would make big impact. Is that in chiropractic, we believe that. The body needs no help. It just needs no interference. We do things physically, structurally to unlock that. We do things emotionally to unlock people. We do that thing nutritionally to unlock people, to unlock that potential. So I thought I knew, and I thought I was doing things that what she was talking about, what Protandim did. I didn't know that. Didn't know what it really is up to. When Axio came out, the brain drink, right? Axio came out. She gave her son this product, and literally within 11 days of him starting that, it's like something changed. So he was able to sit on my table for 15 minutes, able to work on him. He was recalling things that we discussed a year previously. His verbal skills and his behavior drastically improved. It was because his brain was fatigued. And when the brain wasn't fatigued, he was learning, he was retaining, but he was also recalling. I found myself in an airplane going to South Dakota to meet the scientist that developed the drink. And he said, people are tired because they're mentally tired, not only because they're physically tired. That was a light bulb in my mind, because I knew about fatigue. I knew about adrenal fatigue and all those things, but I would see people that sometimes were still struggling, even though I was supporting their adrenals, supporting those systems. So when I then really delved into what LifeVantage has created, and starting with, for me, the Axio was for the brain fatigue, and understanding the combination of ingredients activates specific pathways very differently, no different than a recipe. The right quantities in the right ratios at the right time, at the right temperature for the right amount of time, creates something very, very different, a very different result. And so when LifeVantage began with Protandim NRF2, right, this single nutrient, and we found out the switch that it turned on, the assembly line that turned on, was the body's ability to repair faster. That's the bottom line. We know it helps the body repair faster because it turned on that assembly line. That opened up a concept for LifeVantage and an idea, like if there is one assembly line that we can turn on and improve the functionality of that, just like a person, are we living at our potential? Or could we do more if we knew more, if we thought we could do more? Well, these switches are inside of our cells. We just know that if we use that particular nutrient, Protandim NRF2, it activates the switch that turned on the repair of the cells. But that began a new concept, right? Then they applied it to skincare. They applied that same technology to hair care, all right? But they also found out, okay, what are the key switches? Well, one for cell energy, the mitochondria, that's NRF1. And then a thing called sirtuin. You hear all about the intermittent fasting. That activates the sirtuin molecule, which literally has to do with what's called autophagy, which is really, what are we going to clean up? Where are we going to put our time and attention? But if you combine those three together, NRF1, NRF2, with the protein NAD, it was an exponential effect in the results that happened from a cell study. But if you do it inside individual cells, you're made up of trillions of cells. What might be the experience in the human? All right. So this month, being Heart Health Month, we talked a lot about omegas. The bottom line is, if you're not taking omega-3 fatty acid, then you're deficient from being optimal. We heard Suzanne talk about last week, Suzanne Barker. She's done over 200 different labs, thousands of labs. One of 200 comes back optimal. And that's somebody taking it. So if you're not on a high quality omega-3 fatty acid, you need to be. Then it comes back to, where do I get it? I love that LifeVantage is trace it from boat to bottle. The ratios are perfect, and it's got natural vitamin D. On top of that, the foundation of health is gut health. So to have something like the probiotic, and then also the prebiotic, all right? And now with the daily wellness, the postbiotic, we're able to make sure our digestive system is doing what it's designed to do, which is to protect, digest, and assimilate. Okay, so the new product, okay, that's going to release for everybody comes out in March 13th. All right, so for some of us, we're able to hop on and get it now. So I just want to talk a little bit about this and why I think this is so important and so unique. So the same concept, the power of ingredients individually is great, but exponentially greater when combined. So when you hear things out there in the world right now where people are more aware and concerned of their health right now than ever before, they're looking for things to take individually. And you hear about vitamin C, you hear about vitamin D, you hear about things like zinc, you're hearing these all the time, all right? You're hearing about the immune system is tied to the gut, right? You hear all these things. So what about having something that we can get that's super unique, right? That combines all those nutrients in a daily dose. So we're doing proactive immune health versus reaction recovery. The bottom line, no matter which camp you come from, whether, hey, I want to get a vaccine or I don't want to get a vaccine, the bottom line, the magic happens inside of you, not from outside of you. So the results that you get or the immunity you get from anything is a result of how your body responds to things. That is critical to know, right? That's why not everybody responds the same to a medication or to anything, right? It's because of the response that happens inside of the body. All right. So when it comes to your daily wellness, what this is designed to do is to give you a daily dose, you and your loved ones, the things like vitamin C, zinc, okay, vitamin D, elderberry, all right, and what's called a postbiotic, which is this brand name on this Epicor, which has got some really cool human clinical studies showing how it supports natural and optimal immune function. You know the whole story of the three bears. You don't want the porridge too hot or the porridge too cold. You want it just right. You want the immune system not overactive, not underactive, but just right, right? We think if it's all on, all off, that's not how it works. It's a volume control. So the combination of those 5 ingredients, and I love the fact that here it is, it's the powder, right? And you mix that in your water. It actually mixes phenomenally well with the prebiotic or Axio. Super, super easy to get into people. And I love it as a father because I can put that into a protein, like in a physique shake with my other stuff with my kids, or I can mix it up and give them all a little drink of it in the morning. It makes it very easy as a father to do the things that I could do proactively for my family. Because when they go to school, like I'm putting it into a harmful environment, but also an environment where they can grow. So because of that, like you try to teach them the right behaviors, you try to teach them the power of who they are as an individual. So when they meet people that inspire them, hopefully they attract them, and those that don't, they repel them. So the immune system is the exact same way. So if the immune system is functioning optimally, it's going to recognize self and non-self. If not, that'd be called an autoimmune problem. And it's also going to recognize non-self, make a copy and say, look, I know who you are. And next time I see you, I'm going to respond that much faster. That's a normal immune response. All right. So when you step back a second and you look at Life Advantage, at least for me, all right, I look at Life Advantage as the company that's really doing a phenomenal job at taking brand new science of saying, hey, the body has an innate natural ability to want to be healthy, happy, and whole. And it's asking, how do I support those natural systems to function optimally? Now, the question becomes, how many of those systems do you want to support? So for me personally, I want to have the repair working, that's the NRF2. I want my body making energy, that's the NRF1. I want the body to know what to clean up and when to clean up and when not to clean up, that's the autophagy, that's the sirtuins. I want that, but I want every hormone in my body, every brain cell in my body to have omega-3 fatty acids, because that's the backbone of our hormones and for my brain health and heart health. And I want my gut, right, to function optimally. And I want my immune system to have the support it needs. But I also use the topical things myself personally, because your first line of defense is a barrier. That's your skin that's continuous on your eyeballs, your nose, all the way down your mouth, all the way out. It's not inside of you until it's past that barrier. The tissue type is very similar here as it inside your nose, as it alters your intestinal tract. So if you look at what we're doing from the daily wellness, and even what we're doing with the products, is which system do you not want to support? And yes, there are some individuals that there's one that might give them more benefit as far as how they feel, but the combined effect of all of them have a vastly different response. And just like education is cumulative, you learn addition, subtraction, division, long division, algebra, calculus, and then on. Every system builds upon another system. So with this, in my mind, it allows me to say, look, no matter who you are as an individual, no matter where you are in the world, I can utilize these products to know if you're a human, if you're a mammal, that you could benefit from supporting those systems and activating those genetic pathways. And as a clinician, me personally, having a team of individuals like you in my life, that we can go out and we can impact lives of people, to be able to say, look, are you open to something? Are you looking for something to how to improve how you function? We can work together on that. And so I want you to have solid belief and confidence that what we're doing as a company with LifeVantage, we have the compliance, but we also have the conviction. We also have all the other things that are in place to make sure we're producing super high quality that is thoroughly tested, safe to take, but effective in what they're designed to do. Right. And that makes me super happy as a clinician, because I get to affect the people that come in my office, but with the power of us, we get to impact people that are looking every single day, that have kids, that have grandkids, that have spouses, that have friends, that have family, that just don't know what to do, who to trust, and where to find it. So I hope that you use this conversation and even this video, if you want, to help inspire you to do more, to share more, and just give people the opportunity to look at and then let them do their homework. Because if they're not doing these things, they're doing something else, or they're doing nothing, or they're just confused on what to do. The effects are cumulative. In my opinion, the more right thing we do together, the better response we have. So do what's right for you, but start with something. So hopefully this is helpful. Push it to your friend and family. We do the daily wellnesses once a week on Wednesday. But we'd love to have you be part of our community as also sharing this. So always reach back to the person that gave you this And we look forward to seeing you at one of these next ones, and hopefully at an event live when we're doing them. All right.
Thanks for watching. And remember, one change can have an enormous effect. Remember to subscribe, hit the bell and the like, and we'll see you next time on Love to Live.